Hello. Hi. Welcome. I hope you can hear me. Today we're going to do some more readings. I'm really excited. I just wanted anyone to be able to ask a question. I just want to go over some rules first, some quick disclaimer. I am going to be doing one question reading. Hello, welcome. It's so nice to see you. So as I was saying, I'm going to be doing readings again today. Hi, Nancy. Welcome. And anyone who donates will be put at the top of the list. But if you want to ask a question, you can, and that's fine. And if you want to book a reading with me, you can. You just have to go to my website, zoethepsychic.com. Okay. Let's get started. I love this. What's my husband Jabbar's feelings and next actions towards me? Okay. Let's see. I'm so happy Venus in retrograde is over. It was getting to me. Whoa. I feel like in this situation, your story is like not at the beginning, not at the end. You're like in the middle of it. It feels it's definitely not over here. Woo! I love this. I love you. I love that. I feel like things are just getting more complicated. That's the energy I'm getting so far. Is things are getting complicated. There's definitely a lot of love, but it feels like there are layers here. It just feels like there are whew, oh my God. It feels like there's so many layers. Like you're kind of trying to figure out who you are without this person. And it's almost like they're trying to figure out who they are without you as well. But it's about how you come together and how you make it work. So that's the energy I'm getting so far. Let's see what the cards have to say here. It does feel like you're kind of in a transition here, like an in-between, kind of like a limbo. And you're kind of figuring out, part of this is going to have to be like figuring out what it is that you actually saw in with each other in the first place. Oh, great. Okay, I just received that, Nancy. I will get to you after I finish with Ethereal Muse Tarot. But yeah. So I actually should write this down. I'll do that in a second. Okay. I feel like this is just a moment in time, basically in your relationship. It feels like you're in this weird transition phase. And I feel like things may just feel very slow. Like it's kind of like going very slowly. It's not flowing. It almost feels like there's a lot of hesitation going on. Let's see. But there's so much love. It feels like there's love. It just feels very like things are becoming so complicated that it's almost like it's creating barriers. Interesting. I'm seeing somebody else in this situation. I feel like I'm not talking about like another person, like another I'm not talking about like a love triangle or anything. I'm talking about like somebody that is requiring money. I'm seeing like maybe it's a child or somebody relying on either you or your husband for money. It feels like it's kind of there's somebody else that's kind of taking some kind of attention away from the situation. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it just feels like there are other people and situations that are kind of draining the energy of this situation. But I see a lot of love coming from them, a lot of feelings of love, being enamored, but I just don't see them. Yeah, I definitely feel like there are other people getting in the way. This could be family members. I'm getting like a mother figure or like there's definitely a feminine figure, but there's also like, other people who are kind of demanding things from the situation. Does that make sense at all? I know that's kind of all over the place. Oh, okay. Said she'll be back. So I guess we'll see what she says. But I am seeing basically that there are a lot of different complicated situations. I feel like other people are kind of taking priority in this relationship. I feel like things are going very slowly. I feel like there is a lot of love, but it's almost like they're not acting on those feelings. And I feel like this is a time of transition, of kind of rediscovering what makes this person special, what makes you want to be with each other. Yeah, so it's always hard for me to read when someone disappears because I feel like that energy is no longer there to draw from. I'm very much connecting with you guys, so we shall see, but that's the vibe that I'm getting here. Okay. Nancy, are you still here? Welcome, I speak my truth. Welcome, welcome. I love that. We should all speak our truth, honestly. Let me know, Nancy, if you are here. I don't see. Do you have? So, what is the question? Okay. Can you tell me what are the Scorpio's feelings for me? And what are his next actions? We have been in contact for 2 months now. Ooh, very new and exciting. I love that. Okay. Okay. Scorpio energy. I'm seeing a lot of positive energy towards you. I just want to read the rest of the cards before I say anything, but I feel like this person is very inspired by you. There's like this feeling of you kind of like make them, I'm seeing you making them smile. I don't know. I know you said it's no contact, but that's the energy I'm getting. So let's see what the cards have to say about this. I always have to look at all of them together. Okay, you are definitely on this person's mind. This person is constantly thinking about you. I feel like they're the kind of person that could be writing about you, or making music about you. It's almost like they can't get you off their mind. There's a lot of it could even be some sort, maybe it's obsession, maybe it's just that Scorpio energy, but it feels like intense. It feels like this person is like, I see them smiling at the thought of you. So let's look a little further. But yeah, I feel like this person in general is just, you're constantly on their mind. They like see you in everything they do. They think about you. It's very raw. I'm getting a very raw kind of passion. Wow. This person sees you as, they're serious about you with like their feelings. I feel like they have a very strong emotional connection with you. There's some soulmate energy going on. So despite whatever's going on, oh my God, are you kidding me? I feel like this is the way this is coming out. It's just this person is like, I see you could actually be a family with this person. I'm seeing, we have, I'll show you. We have the Knight, the Queen, and the King of Hearts. This does not happen, okay? It feels like things are meant to come together. Like they're meant to become a part of your life, a part of your family, become deeper, become stronger. So I'm seeing a very strong energy coming through, and I feel like it's only a matter of time before they decide to really, want to. I decided to end our relationship with him. I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like this is really powerful. Okay. So you could end it, but I'm seeing that this person, and this also, this queen, the king, the knight, it could just be a bunch of people, too many people. But I am seeing that usually when it comes to, readings like this and you get this kind of matchup, it just feels so complete. So I understand if you don't want to be with this person, that's your prerogative, but I am seeing that you are very much on their mind. I feel like they have not forgotten about you. And you can post your question. I will get to it when I am done with Nancy. But yeah, so that's the energy that I'm seeing. Let me look at the next actions towards you. I mean, that's the thing, right? It takes two to tango. So you can end it, but it doesn't stop the feelings from being there. And I just see them. I feel like even if this person doesn't realize it, even, it's like always there. I'm getting a very strong sensation. I feel like this person just sees you and the things that they think about you all the time. They see you in the things that they're reading and the movies. Like, I feel like they're constantly thinking about you. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's what's so frustrating, is because when your feelings don't align with what you do, it just feels strange, right? So let me see what else is coming through for you. This person is very much in their feelings, which is definitely a Scorpio thing, where I see them like thinking about it a lot and reflecting, but acting on it is different. Let's see. Exactly. The Four of Swords. This person is like, they're not doing anything. It's like not moving forward or backwards. It's just kind of being. So I don't see them reaching out to you. And oh my God, this is crazy. I got the Four of Cups and the Four of Swords. This reading is insane. I don't think I've ever gotten that before. That's crazy. The Four of Cups is about emotional detachment, needing to like take space, needing to kind of be, it may not be like showing interest, So I feel like in this situation, this person isn't going to, they might feel that way, but they're not going to act on those feelings. Yeah, it is, right? It's very frustrating. I feel you, because if you're trying to, if this person has feelings for you and they want to be with you, then why aren't they with you, right? Wouldn't the world just be easier if people just like followed through with how they feel? Because I'm just seeing that this person is just sitting like a sitting duck. They're not moving. It's very frustrating. So maybe you did make the right call. That's up to you to decide, but you might have made the perfect call by not being with this person, because you have to protect yourself, You just pull one more. This is the thing. The Two of Cups. So yeah, this could definitely represent that relationship that they're in. But I do feel like if this person could somehow get out of their own way, this could be a really beautiful match for you. However, my advice is to, focus on what's best for you. Don't wait around for somebody just because they could be your soulmate, right? I feel like, and we all have multiple soulmates. So I feel like this person, while it could really be beautiful and they have feelings for you, it's like you also have to trust yourself here. You have to do what's best in this situation for you. So yeah, as far as his next actions towards you, I feel like there's a deepening of commitment in his own relationship right now. I see things getting kind of more serious with the Two of Cups there. So the world awaits you. I feel like, I love the saying, tomorrow's a brand new day. And I think that's kind of what this card represents here. It's like this, this is just, it's more like, what is your path? What are you waiting for? That's kind of the energy here, because this person might have feelings, but they're clearly not aligned in those feelings, right? So that's the gist of it. I feel like there's a lot hanging in the balance. And the thing is, it feels so simple because I can sense such a strong kind of pull towards you. I can feel that. But at the same time, if they're not going to do anything about it, then what? Now what? So that's the energy that is coming through here. With the Four of Swords and the Four of Cups, it's like they're waiting, they're reflecting, they're so busy looking at their own life in the mirror, thinking about like themselves and their story, that it's not really outward, it's not really focused, which is confusing. So I understand how that can be frustrating for you. Does that make sense, Nancy? I hate the mixed messages too. But yeah, obviously, what you do with it is up to you. It's, if you wanted to wait for them, you can. If you want to go after your own path, you can, For his present partner. Okay, I can look into that. Just quickly, I just want to say, just real quick, for those of you who are stopping in, hello, welcome. I am prioritizing people who donate, but I'm giving free readings today. You will be guaranteed a spot if you do donate. It's just that I get a lot of people asking questions, so I just want to make sure we get to everyone as best as we can. Also, if you do want to book a reading with me, you can, like a personal reading, you can go to my website, zoethepsychic.com, and book there. And yeah, so I will get to whoever when I get to them. But I'm going to continue with Nancy for now. And then we shall see what's next. Okay. Welcome, welcome. All right. So current partner. Okay. I have a variety of decks I use. Ooh, interesting. I'm seeing some frustrations with them right now. I feel like a lot of it isn't really about love. It's about practicality for some reason. Yeah. It feels almost like he's trying to say no a lot to her. That's the energy I'm getting. There's a lot of like turning her down or trying to set some boundaries. It feels almost like she kind of bulldozed through his boundaries. So that's interesting. That's the energy I'm getting here. Let me see what else I can see. It feels almost like the trade for time and money. I mean, not money, sorry, and love. It feels like, the worth of that relationship is very contingent on things that they do together. It's less about feelings. It feels more like a balancing act for some reason. I love how I said that, and then I got the Justice, which is basically, balance as well. It feels like this person is not treating them fairly. They don't feel like, I feel like a lot of it comes down to them having regrets and feeling like things are not being treated fairly, like they're not being given a lot of, freedom, or it just feels like they're very focused on like the little things in the relationship that it takes away from the overall love. So I know that's complicated, but it seems like his feelings are complicated here. And I don't see as much love. It seems more like validation. Like this person validates them a lot. But at the same time, they feel kind of like they're getting the short end of the stick. So that's the energy coming through. Definitely not the same as you, right? Definitely not the same as he was feeling towards you. This this love, this sense of completion, family. It feels like this person is just what made sense, Well, I didn't see him reaching out to you. I feel like he's not really acting on things, I feel like he's more like just kind of in his feelings. Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking at before, is like what are his next actions towards you. I just didn't see him like reaching out or acting on anything. And that's the energy coming through. So I see him actually getting more serious with this person, which is, weird, right? But it seems more practical here. Yeah. It feels almost like this person also talks down to him sometimes. Ugh. I'm getting some like not aggression, but like, I don't know, frustration from that person. And I don't know if they just like maybe sassiness or, it just feels like it's not about love. It's kind of a different type of connection here. And they're getting something out of it that isn't emotional. But I do see them getting stronger. So that's the energy here. I hope that helped, Nancy. And I love this. Bitch fire. Stand up for yourself. I love that card. Because it's your turn, It's not, I feel like you're putting a lot of emphasis on this person who clearly does not understand their feelings, such is the plight of a lot of Scorpio men. Sucks. Yeah. I mean, you can always reach out if you want to. It's up to you. But I don't see him doing that. Remember, the future's not set in stone. This is just what I'm seeing based on, the path that you're on right now. So, okay. Okay. Well, thank you. And best of luck with that. And yeah. Okay. Hello, hello. Welcome, guys. So if you're here, welcome. I'm doing readings. I'm doing 1 question tarot readings for free. If you would like to donate, you will be prioritized. If not, then I will be picking whoever is next after each reading, and I will pick whoever intuitively pops out at me when I am done. So make sure you ask your question again when I am done with the reading if you want one. And I'm just covering all my bases here. And if you would like to book a reading with me, you are welcome to book one on my website, zoethepsychic.com. Yeah. And if not, here we are. Okay, so let's see who's next. Okay, I speak my truth. Yes. What does Spirit want me to know right now? Okay. Oof. Okay. Just pulling the cards. Wow. I'm seeing news coming through for you. I feel like you're going to be receiving news of I'm seeing financial news. I feel like you could actually, I mean, this could be you inheriting something, but I feel like there's a lot of abundance coming through for you. A lot of manifestation of abundance and prosperity. This is going to be a really beautiful time where I see a lot of things that you've been working on coming through. Well, I have to look further at, career, but this is what is coming through here. So let me just continue and then I'll see if that comes through. Okay. But I feel like there's a lot of things that were missing and now there's a sense of completion coming through. So things falling into place. Now this could be career, this could be, love, this could be just in general. I'm seeing a lot of it having to do with like location. So like your environment, this could be like moving. And just making things feel like wholesome, feel like home. I'm seeing a lot of family energy coming through. So this could be like family members coming through, family members coming together, but this is like a very beautiful time for you. However, I do see there is somebody that you need to be very careful about because they're not honest. I'm seeing some deception coming through, and you need to filter out the truth with that and really align yourself with what is, for you, what makes sense with you. Yeah. So I don't see anything as far as career goes, coming through with this question, but if you want to ask another question or book a reading with me, you can about career. I'm doing one question today. Yeah. But I do see like a lot of, I see you potentially collaborating with someone as well that's coming through. And I'm seeing a lot of like um, abundance, physical abundance, and also inherited abundance. So this could be like you getting something from your family or just feeling like a sense of completion with abundance. I actually see projects or artistic projects could be paying off as well. So I'm just seeing a lot of like energy of things paying off, things coming together, and you receiving some really good news in general. I feel like there's a lot of like creativity, but with the magician reversed, it's just giving me this energy of there's someone who may not be, I don't see it interfering with your abundance, but I feel like they may be just saying whatever to get what they want from you. So you have to just kind of protect your energy, protect your, overall, like protect your environment. I feel like really checking in with yourself in the situation and making sure you're listening to your intuition, because this person is not necessarily, it feels almost like they're trying to fill a void. I'm seeing them like, I keep thinking of a puzzle and of a piece missing, and they're trying to like be that piece, but you have to be your own peace. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, this energy is coming through is really positive. I mean, it's very good to get. So that's the message. Yeah. As far as yeah, so you're welcome to book a reading or donate if you want to ask another question, but that's what I'm doing today. Yeah. But thank you so much. I'd have to look into that further. I'm only doing one question today. I'm sorry. I wish I could elaborate, but that's just my boundary that I've set. So, yeah. Thanks so much. Okay, who's next? Welcome, guys. Welcome. All right. Benita Bala. What are Sean's, I hope I'm saying that correctly, true feelings for me? He's a family friend, but I feel he has a crush. All right, let's see what the cards have to say here. Oops. I'm actually getting some, not animosity, but it feels like there's some tension. This is coming through. Just let's see what the rest of the cards have to say before I say anything, because they could definitely alter this message. But when I get the Brawler card, it's often about confrontation and kind of a lack of empathy, a lack of understanding. So this person may not be fully understanding you. Let's see what they have to say. Ooh. Finding out the truth crushed me. Okay, so this is not going the way I thought it would at all. I feel like there's a sense of like detachment. Yeah, so I don't see this person having a crush on you, but I do feel like there's some underlying feelings there. Yeah, I'm actually seeing them very isolated. I don't see them wanting, I might be just picking up on their energy in general, but this is what I'm getting. I'm getting the 5 of Cups, which has to do with a very emotional moment, and the Hermit, which has to do with being isolated and feeling the need to be alone with their feelings. Yeah. So this could definitely be what he's going through, but yeah, I'm getting that he's not in a place of feeling like love or having a crush right now. It feels like he's angry or very upset about something. So when I tap into like, how is he feeling? This is what I'm getting, you know? It feels, I'm getting selfish. Like with the 4 of Pentacles, it feels like he's holding on to his feelings. Like he doesn't want to give them away. So yes, it could very well be that he's healing from something or he's hurt, but I don't see it being, you know, in your favor in this situation. So I'm sorry if that was not what you wanted to hear, but the cards are just like this message is very strong. Okay. So this is saying like maybe back off for a bit, let him come to you if he wants to, because it does feel like there's a lot of like internal turmoil and emotions going on that you probably aren't seeing, but it feels very like, you know, alone in his feelings here. Yeah, interesting. That's a lot, but I hope that this was clarifying. So thank you. Okay. Shubi, I hope I'm saying your name right. When will I meet my person? Who and when? Okay, I'm going to answer the first one because I'm only doing one question and I feel like the who is a whole other thing. So I'm going to ask my deck here. In November. Let's see energy. Let's see if I can come up with any other things that I see in order to help you out a little bit, because I know that's a ways off. Oh, wow. Okay. I see this person is like, I see them being a secret admirer, like somebody who has had a crush on you or who will have a crush on you. Obviously, it's a ways away, so that might be helpful for you. And I feel like it's almost like you're meant to meet. Like it will be like a chain reaction of events that will lead to meeting them. So that's kind of exciting. Kind of like serendipity, you know? So I hope that was helpful. And I can also maybe see, I'll let you know like what signs I'm seeing as well, so you can look out for that. Okay, I am seeing Gemini. I'm also seeing Scorpio or Aries. And I'm seeing Cancer as well. So keep an eye out for that. I hope that was helpful. Yeah. And if you do want to, get a reading to know more about it, you can. I do personal readings as well. Okay. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everybody who's tuning in, thank you for being here. Happy April. So I'm going to be doing readings today. I'm not going to spend too much time here, but I am really excited to answer your questions. Welcome, Elaine. Welcome. Yeah. I will be prioritizing people who donate. So if you want to donate via PayPal or via the YouTube chat, you can. That kind of guarantees your spot. If not, I will be picking whoever I see intuitively come up between readings, and I will be reading that person. So, and also, if you've already asked a question, I'm not going to spend my time trying to scroll up. So maybe you could copy and paste it again, because there's just so many people to read through. So I can't like go back in time, but I appreciate you guys being here, and I'm excited. Yeah. So anyone who wants to ask a question can. Okay, so the only one I'm seeing in my immediate is with by J Hana K. What was the connection I had with S before he passed away? What is my divine, or what's the message? Okay. So I'll just start with that first question. Are you here? I just want to make sure you're here. Just give me some kind of sign, smoke signal, to let me know that you're here for that question. Awesome. Okay. So what is the question? Okay. My doorbell just went off. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So this is immediately I pulled this card, right? And I feel like this person, I'm just getting the sense that there's a lot of like intensity going on. It wasn't sunshine and rainbows. I feel like there was some kind of it's like some cloud hovering above you. But I feel like it was the little things that made this connection what it was. There's like memories. I'm seeing a lot of little memories, little things that were said, you know? And that's just the vibe I'm getting. I feel like there was love. Ooh. With the Two of Cups, I feel like there was love, but it was a serious kind of love. It wasn't just like, being playful. I could see this person having been like a twin flame or a soulmate. This was intense. I feel like a lot of heavy energy. I love how the Five of Cups is coming out again. This is just this like emotional energy, lots of tears, lots of feelings, lots of deep connections, being very intertwined with one another. I feel like this person, there's just like a lot of really beautiful but deep and serious energy. I'm just getting this like serious feeling. The Temperance, it's almost like this love is not like instantaneous. I feel like it's more gentle, you know? Wow. I'm just feeling a lot of really heavy emotions coming through. A lot of just feeling like the need for commitment, but feeling complicated feelings, overwhelming feelings. And I'm seeing a very strong emphasis on like the little things, the details. So I hope that answers that question, because it is kind of vague, but that's just the energy that I'm getting coming through. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Okay, moving on. Yeah, I want to like, I don't know why, but I want to hug you because I feel some sense of, it's just so heavy, that the emotions that I'm feeling. I'm an empath, so I tend to like, when I'm picking up cards and I just sense that weight, it's a lot, but I feel for you, Okay, let's see. Yes, Babs. Is it this deck? I love this deck. It's my favorite. I don't know if that's the same one. Nancy. Well, if I told you that last time, it clearly the pathways have changed at this point, because I mean, the cards are saying that I don't see you hearing from him. So, That's just the energy that is coming through now. And I was last online quite some time ago. So I don't want to, it does change. And that's the truth because, things happen, life happens. And it's so annoying when you have two people who are just trying to go and do their own thing. Yeah, I feel you. I feel the frustration. And it could change in the future. But I guess the question is, do you want to hold on to that? Do you want to wait? But for now, I don't see anything happening on his end. I see him actually deepening his commitment with this other person. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. It is so heavy, but it does feel like there was some like intense love. It just doesn't feel like this like sappy kind of romance. It feels heavy, but it feels serious. It feels like a big deal, I think it's so powerful that you're crying because it just means that it's real. It's there, you know? Yeah. There's a lot of like this kind of overwhelming energy, but you're going to be okay, you know? Yeah. Okay. Whew. I'm going to start crying too now. That's not good. Okay. Yeah, it's really sad. God. Okay. Elaine, it's funny you picked up my energy from speaking, from I Speak My Truth, who is kind of behind the scenes, kind of toxic, that I should be aware of in my group of. Okay. Oh, okay. I got it. It took me a second. Who is kind of behind the scenes, kind of toxic that I should be aware of. My group collaboration or family at this moment. I love how you're already looking for somebody who's toxic. But we shall see what we see, okay? I think always when you start out looking for the negative in a situation, there's something else going on there, but let's see what the cards pull out. I love how I got botanist, which has to do with parenthood and legacy. This need to be very controlling over the people we love, because you know how in relationships we can kind of mother our like partners sometimes, or like I feel like that's the energy coming through here. It's like that's the toxic thing, that's the toxic energy. It feels almost like this need to control things so much that at the same time you are feeling just like completely out of control, and it feels like other people just aren't really able to go with you and to flow with you and to respect you. So this could also just represent your parents. But I am feeling a lot of this energy coming from you, like a cycle playing out. Okay, yeah. I'm definitely getting family vibes with the 10 of Cups. This is definitely a family. But it's also such a beautiful card. I mean, it does show here that a lot of the stuff that's happening is because you're not really trusting your gut. You know, I feel like there's this intuitive side that you have that maybe around your family, it kind of just like you fall into patterns, or you're picking stuff up from your parents, but it feels like with the high priestess reverse, it's like a sense of isolation within your family, feeling like your intuition is being cut off. But the 10 of Cups is the family, you know, the ideal family. With the moon, it also shows that there are maybe a lot of things that are being veiled from you, like you're not being told the full story. A lot of it is finding out last minute about things, or finding things out. Whoops, you're not cooperating. The Ace of Wands. I feel like somebody is trying to instigate things with you as well. It might feel almost like they're trying to provoke you or make you upset or angry, like get under your skin a little bit or withhold things. But this came through, and I just feel like that energy is just, it's almost like a poke, you know? But I do see you making headway with your family. I see people finally feeling like they kind of understand you a little bit more than they do. And I just feel like it's more about this kind of cycle of needing to control, needing to, where you can't just relax, you know, and be with them. There's always like this kind of tension because, and you might be bringing that into relationships or friendships or other situations as well. But yeah, I would say that is something you need to look into. Let me see if I can see any signs here. Okay. So I'm definitely seeing Leo energy, and I'm seeing Gemini energy. So I don't know if that gives you any hints onto who it is. I'm seeing an M. And I'm also seeing, ooh, I'm seeing an E and a W for some reason. Maybe that's ew. But yeah, those are some letters that are coming through. So I don't know if that stands out to you at all. But yeah, overall, yeah, that's the energy that I'm feeling here. The Manticore is the card you get when you need to execute something, when you need to be the executioner in a situation. It's when you kind of have to take control and like cut things off, or, you know, make a very brisk like decision. So that's something to consider as well, is maybe this is the time for you to actually like put your foot down about this. But yeah, overall, it means that you can't dance around it. You can't, you know, give room for them to do what they want. You kind of have to establish, you know, what you want. Make that decision, be very decisive. That's what the cards are kind of leaning towards here. So, thank you. Thank you. I'm just going to post this link here. Real quick. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm going to pin this. I forgot to do this earlier. Okay. I am prioritizing people who donate, so if you want to be up at the top, you can. Okay. Babs, I've been seeing you for a while, so let's go to you here. Hi Candy. Hi Esther. Okay. May I have any advice for my situationship? I love him, but we're no contact. Things changed and I don't know what to do. I love situationship readings, even though they're not fun for the person, obviously, because no contact is never fun. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. I keep hearing you're on your own, which is not the best thing to hear, but we'll see what comes through. I hide behind material things. Welcome anyone who's tuning in. I hide behind material things. Ooh. Okay. So what I'm getting is that this person I feel like you're kind of on your own as far as how to go about this because they're not here to be there for you. I feel like in a way you can't rely on them at all. You can't. I feel like this person isn't really going to be your support. Like he's not a very supportive person. I feel like there's also kind of a shallow love here. It doesn't feel very profound or very deep. It's almost like this person isn't letting it get that way. They don't want it to be deep. They don't want it to get deeper or to grow. They don't want it to connect that deeply. So that's coming through. And I feel like a lot of this has to do with just the mind and the mindset, like needing to think things through a certain way. Yeah, I don't know. It's very confusing because it's more like they're just trying to limit it from growing. They don't want it to grow. They don't want to keep it going. So that's just what they're doing. Yeah, I love this. The fish, it's basically just someone who's just going with the flow. They're not actually worried about where they're going or what they want. So it's almost like they're pulling you along, and you don't really have a say in where the direction things go. So I feel you. I feel that you care about this person, but I also feel like they're kind of leading you on. They're not fully being honest about what they want or where they're going. They're not taking you seriously. And it's kind of like you're just being dragged along in their situation. And they're not here to guide you. They're going to lead you astray if you're not there for yourself, right? You have to be able to correct your own path and not rely on them to do that. And yeah, and once you're on your own path, you can show other people, it inspires other people to do the same. So it is likely that if he does want to somehow explore things with you, once he sees that you're doing your own thing and you're on your own path, it is likely his course will change, his path will change too. But it feels more like he's kind of just taking you along for the ride at this point. there's not a lot of depth to it. It isn't very powerful. So I understand if it's, if it's a nice situation for you right now, but he doesn't he doesn't have those deep feelings or the desire to go deeper. That's the energy that's coming through. So, yeah. I'm going to see if any other messages come through about this, but that's basically the gist of it. Yeah, he's keeping you in the dark. With the moon here, I'm seeing things are veiled from you. You're feeling, things aren't transparent, things aren't clear. There's a sense of needing to be like put on a front, like needing to be strong, not being able to be vulnerable, And I feel like vulnerability for you is a big deal. It's very important, You're an emotional being. You have feelings, and I feel like the way that you express those feelings has a lot to do with, your own story, your own, like, who you are. And I just feel like being vulnerable is not this person's desire. So, yeah, this is just basically saying, like, this is for you to, I see you rising above this. You're so capable of that. I feel like this is your time to be recognized and be in the spotlight. And I feel like you deserve all the attention on you, I just feel like this person is not uplifting you in the way that I see. I see someone else coming in and actually really putting you on a pedestal. I see them like seeing you as like their queen, or I just feel this sense of like worship from them. So that's very exciting. Yeah. This person like does not deserve you, but obviously you do what you want to do. But yeah, this person is taking you along, doesn't take you seriously. So, okay. Welcome, 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 everyone. Okay, we can see Esther. Is Tim my twin flame or karmic? Let me see. I don't see Tim being your twin flame or your karmic connection. I do see there being a lot of emotion there. But I do feel like this person is not your twin flame. However, if you if you don't like that answer, yeah, this is just what the cards are saying to me. I'm seeing a lot of pride for some reason coming through. Like this person may be very proud or maybe kind of stubborn in a way. I'm seeing like a grounded energy of being very stubborn. Yeah. This card is coming up. I left you before you could leave me. It feels like this person has a lot to work through, is the energy I'm getting. But yeah. We always get the lover card, or yeah. I think what's coming through here is like your inner children connect a lot. I'm seeing like a sense of they're like a kindred spirit. But I don't see them being your twin flame. So I think that a lot of what you're maybe feeling, and also the Well card in this tarot deck comes up when there's a lot of emotion. It's a well of emotion. It feels like there's so much to draw from, right? It's endless. It's very strong. But the King of Pentacles is also telling me that this person, they don't have the same energy you do, in the way that, like, maybe it could be that they're more skeptical, maybe they're more practical, but it doesn't feel, none of these cards are giving me like twin flame or karmic energy. I'm just not getting that from this. Um, I do think that, like, why are you attracted to them? I think that what is coming through here is that this person is playing a lot of like this. I'm seeing like a lot of divine masculine energy. I feel like there's a lot of divine feminine energy coming from you, where there's like a lot of like, what is it? It's not like gentle, but it's like very intuitive, very like connected, very creative and flowy. But I feel like for them, there's something very grounded about them that maybe anchors you or makes you feel drawn to them. And there's also like I said, the Page of Cups reversed, that kind of, that kindred energy, that playfulness, that feeling of like you connect in that way as well. But it's almost like this person just isn't ready for you. They're not ready for what you have to offer. So that's why I'm just seeing them not being your twin flame or a karmic situation. That's just coming through. But I hope that makes sense. Yeah. I would love to be like, "Oh, they're your soulmate," but I'm not seeing that here. Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like he's almost scared of exploring that. There's a sense of like hesitation when it comes to that. And that's why you're seeing that, I left before you could leave me. I feel like this person has this idea that if they are in a relationship and it's not going the way they think it should, then for some reason they feel this need to cut it off. With the tailor, it's often like this person has a lot of pride in what they do, when it almost translates to their relationships. Oh, well, there you go. That's probably the energy that this is getting as well. But this could also be like him mentally kind of checking out, or him not being completely into it. So that's why I show you the cards, because it's so, there's so much energy in this chat that I feel like a lot of the time people really know what they connect with more. So I'm hearing like out of my element. I don't know why, but yeah. I hope that makes sense. Yay, okay. I would love that. I would love that. I can feel your energy. I love it. I love your energy. Just like, that's why I said I feel like you're in your divine feminine, because I love how how it feels. I don't know, when I'm doing this reading. So, um, yeah, you can always book a reading with me, zoethepsychic.com. Okay. All right. Oh, woo. Hello, morning. Kath Cruz. Let's see. Okay. What are the feelings that you see from OJ about me? Ooh, Sagittarius. Guys, just real quick, remember, I will be prioritizing people who donate to me. So if you do donate via PayPal, make sure to let me know, announce it, because I sometimes don't always confirm it, and then I forget, and then everyone needs their reading. So make sure to let me know. And if not, I will just be covering whoever pops up, and whose ever question I read next is, in between readings. All right. So, what are the feelings that you see from OJ about me, Sagittarius and Aries? Ooh, very fiery. I love it. Ooh. Interesting. This is such an interesting one. Seeing like a lot of sacrifices needing to be made to make things work. I'm getting a lot of like not wanting to give up. I feel like this person thinks that you are very determined for some reason. I'm getting that. I don't know if it's because maybe you've confessed like you don't want to like give up or no matter what, but it just feels like there's very strong determination coming from you. I feel like this person has a lot of like respect for you for some reason. It's like they see you in a way that they're more in awe of you. But also, it feels like, let me see what the rest of the cards have to say here before I say anything else. I'm seeing this person also thinks that maybe they are a distraction to you for some reason. There are a lot of feelings, but I feel like almost like they don't believe that they've earned the right to be with you. It's odd. I could see there being a lot of emotions, but I just feel like there's a lot of chaos, is what I'm getting. It's just a lot of things kind of falling apart while you're trying to make it work. And I'm seeing a lot of like them feeling like they are distracting you or taking you away from something. I feel like the way you are in your life, you're someone who doesn't give up easily. You're very determined. You stick with what you know is right. And I feel like this person is almost like intimidated, maybe. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm getting the tower. So things kind of falling apart in a chaotic way, kind of crumbling. But also the well and the strength card is telling me there's some immense feelings there. A lot of like depth when it comes to your feelings, a lot of needing to grow, needing to progress. But in order to do that, you would have to sacrifice something. That's what's coming through. Yeah. So, yeah, as far as like feelings go, this person, I'm seeing that they care about you, but does he want a serious relationship? I don't think he thinks that what he wants matters for some reason. That energy is coming through. Like this person doesn't think they're good enough, or they think that they're just going to cause you more problems. That's the message coming through. So it's not even about what he wants at this point. Does that make sense? It feels like there's a lot of emotions to pull from, but it's almost like he's getting in the way of that. Yeah. Does that make sense? I know it's probably not what you wanted to hear, but I'm just getting that there's a lot going on And I feel like this person is in it somehow like getting in the way of being with you because they feel like they're not good for you or they're distracting you. It's just the energy I'm getting. Yeah. Well, what you do with it is up to you, but I can see what the cards have to say about you real quick. I just am very focused on like small one question readings today. Well, this card is saying let them go. So I don't even need to explain that, I don't think. But obviously, what you do with that is what you want. I feel like at this point, sometimes you have to release someone in order to like see if it actually is worth it or see if it works because they won't fight for you, you know? It just feels almost like you're in this limbo. I do feel like I'm actually seeing a romantic interest for you. That is not this person. So I see like a torch, a flame, you know. So that could definitely be someone I would actually let me see if I can see. Yeah, I could definitely see someone who's an Aries, but also I'm also seeing this would be a different Aries. Well, you're the Aries, sorry. But I am seeing an Aries, and also Capricorn and Aquarius. So this could be a Capricornus. But that's some of the signs that I'm seeing if you want to keep an eye out for that. It's not my call to tell you what to do with your love life. I'm just telling you what the cards are saying and giving you those messages. So, um, yeah. Okay, who's next? Morning. I have to read you, Morning. Are you still there? Okay. Okay. Will they call me back from the last company I worked for? I will see what they say. Yes or no questions are usually met with yes or no. Okay. So just keep that in mind when you're asking a question. And remember, the future is not set in stone. So everything that I'm reading now is based on the path that, we are on. But I see no, according to this card, the Warrior card. Warrior card often shows up at the end of a career, at the end of a situation, the end of a path. And it also often indicates that the door is closing and a new one is opening. So this could indicate that you are moving on to a different career path or a different career in general would be maybe more favorable for you. So that is that. I hope that helped. Okay. So who is next? You're welcome, Kath. I hope is that your name, Kath? Or is it Kathy? Kath is fine too. I haven't heard it before, so but it's the first time for everything. Okay. So who's next? Let's see. Nisha Bell. Why is A always on my mind? Is it because he's sending me this energy or is it all in my head? Ooh, okay. Welcome, welcome. Gotcha. Okay. Cool, cool. Okay. So I'm getting, I'm afraid to contact you. Let's see what else we get here. Okay. I feel like this person isn't really focused on you. I'm seeing them needing to, I don't know why, but I'm seeing them like writing or studying. The Nightingale and the Sentinel, they're very focused on like their career path and other things in their life right now. I feel like they're just afraid to even contact you. I don't see it being about their feelings though, which is interesting. Wow. Yeah, this person is going through their own stuff in their life. Like it does not feel at all like it's about you though. It feels like, so as far as like what's going on, is it in your head? I think if you're feeling it about you, it's in your head. Does that make sense? But it doesn't mean that it's not real. So I just feel like this person is going through their own life. Like they're just trying to keep things together. I'm getting this. I don't know if they're very talkative, but they keep speaking or writing, or it just feels kind of confusing because they're saying all these things, but they're not actually about you. So I don't know if this person sings, but yeah. It just feels like their voice. I'm seeing, I don't know why, but their voice is coming through, like them needing to use their voice, needing to express themselves. But for some reason, I just feel like what's coming out is just not what you want to hear or what's wrong. Well, I'm seeing them very focused on other things, on their career, and it's just not about love for them right now. I don't even think it's about you. It's really just about them. So, yeah, this person has a lot to work through, clearly. I feel like there's another message coming through the cards here, and it's that time is being stolen from you. I feel like for some reason this person is like taking time or energy or something from you. So you have to be careful how how much you put into this person, because it's like they're holding on tight to what they want, to what they have, you know? I feel like this person isn't very trustworthy or honest. With the Seven of Swords here, there's a sense of like deception of somebody not really, you know, being very honest about things with you or straightforward, and maybe being afraid to get into it with you. Yeah. It just feels like the communication's weird because I'm seeing that this person likes to talk or use their voice, but for some reason they're just not into it. Um, yeah. Hi. Hello. I don't know how to say your name. Is it Shri? You can donate. I am prioritizing people who donate, so you're welcome to donate via PayPal or YouTube. And I will do like 1 or 2 questions if you would like that. But yeah. Hi, Emma. So if you do donate via PayPal, let me know and I will, just so I can confirm it. Yeah. And thank you. It's called air drying. Okay, Emma. Why won't MO talk to me? Oh, let's go see what's going on with that. Oh my God. I'm seeing a lot of like negativity, you know? It's interesting. Ooh. Like for some reason, this person just gets very in their head. I don't know if they're feeling down or just very pessimistic, but I'm getting some kind of like negative energy around them. Like they're going through it. I feel like there are a lot of things that they're regretting right now, but I do sense like an unconditional feeling of love or, you know, attraction towards you. I see them loving you. So that is wild. I feel like there's a lot of little regrets, but it's like overall they have some deep love for you, deep affection. I don't know. There's a lot of feelings. And I feel like it may not even be in a completely romantic way. It's more like they're always like, it's like unconditional, you know? So, wow. Okay. Sag girl. Is M still going move towards me? Sag girl, if you could just like rephrase that question I in English, then I will try to answer it. I just don't fully know what that means, so let me know. Okay. Oh, thank you, Emma. Thanks for being here. Good luck. I had a falling out with my best friend in 2022. Oh, will there be reconciliation? Fatima. I hope I said that correctly. Let's see. Are you still here, Fatima? I just want to make sure before I start. Okay, awesome. Okay. Just reading. I have to read them all together or I will go crazy. Okay. I don't see things ever being the same with this person. I feel like they're definitely still in your orbit, okay? But I don't see things ever kind of you being friends again. That just doesn't seem like um it's happening. Obviously, the future is not set in stone, but the energy that I'm getting is that this person is like you're always going to have that past, that history, but I don't see it ever becoming like good. You know, I don't see you ever becoming like friends again. With the cheetah reverse, it's like your orbit. The reason I say your orbit is because it's like you're the sun. This person is maybe in your orbit, like around you, but you're the main character here. And I feel like they're not really as important anymore. And as far as the acolyte goes, it feels like there's you both have a lot to learn. There's this I'm getting a lot of like lessons, right? I'm grateful for the spiritual lesson. There's the acolyte, which represents learning, and the acolyte reverse would be like not really learning, needing to learn, needing to have a lesson that needs to be fulfilled, right? So it just feels like there's a lot of like things are okay, but they're not okay. They're not like ever going to become the same anymore. But you will find a way to be in each other's orbits. Yeah. Shri. Okay, 2 questions. Yes. Thank you, Fatima. So what are your questions, Shri? You can type them out maybe, or and I can answer them. I don't see any, so. Oh. It's amazing. I am not going to be doing that channel ever. Sorry. That's the past is the past, but thank you so much for stopping by. It was fun while it lasted. Okay, Shri. So I'm going to do your reading first. Okay. I've been feeling a little weird at work. I feel my manager is systematically trying to sabotage me. Can you read into it? Ooh, I love these kinds of scenarios. It's like perfect for a tarot. Okay. All right. Systematically trying to sabotage. I feel like there's a lot that's out of your control that I'm already sensing at work. Like there's some major changes happening. This is just, with the catalyst, it's like there's already so much that is out of your hands, and it's like you're not in control of your own life, of your own situation, especially in the workplace. Okay, 2 of Wands reversed. Interesting. I feel like okay, this is this is so weird. Okay. I feel like with the 2 of Wands reversed, there's this, like, need to it's almost like your plans can't really work. They can't really fall through. I do feel like you're being sabotaged, but I don't see it being from your, boss. I don't see your boss doing it. I do see someone else doing it, though. And I feel like you're being more emotionally sabotaged than you are purposefully, like, you know, in the workplace, if that makes sense. With the Knight of Cups, I feel like this person is coming across as really nice, but for some reason, they're making it really hard for you to think ahead or plan things out or make decisions. It's almost like they're sabotaging those decisions. And I feel like your emotions are being played with. So it almost feels like, yeah, I do feel like you are being somewhat sabotaged, but I don't feel like it is in the way you think it is. I feel like there's just a lot of things right now that are out of your control in general. And I do feel that the mindset here at work, it feels like fun. I don't know why I keep seeing fun. I keep seeing like a lot of people playing or having maybe not taking it seriously. So it feels like there's a lot of like energy of people just like joking or laughing or being friends. I don't know if it's clicky, but it feels like there are like people like talking to each other and being friends with each other. It's interesting. But I do feel like your emotions are being played on. And I also feel like you're having trouble, when it comes to there is somebody who's actively trying to make you second guess yourself, you know? With the 2 of Wands reversed, it's like this person doesn't want you to be able to make a lot of plans ahead. You can't really think ahead. You have to act in the moment. So that's a lot of energy that I'm getting. But I see more people. I don't just see this boss, which is interesting. I feel like there's just the dynamic. Yeah, actually. Does this resonate at all? I just want to make sure before I proceed that I'm, headed on the right path with you. Okay. I don't know why, but your workplace reminds me of like high school. It feels kind of immature almost. Like there are people that maybe aren't very serious. It just feels like there's like a lot of like I don't know if it's clicks or gossip, but it feels like people are very like friendly. Maybe there aren't as many boundaries as there need to be, but I'm seeing some unnecessary like competition as well. Yeah, I mean, I can see how they could set the tone for that. Yeah, exactly, exactly. I feel like this is just very competitive, very, like, unnecessary. Just a lot of things that are out of your control that just shouldn't really be happening, and it feels like you can't make plans ahead of time. It feels like there's just this need to, like, you're gonna have to make, like, kind of, decisions right away in the moment as opposed to actually like planning things out because there's so many factors. Yeah, exactly. It's very day to day. There's so many factors you can't control. So I think that that is really messing with you because there's a sense of a lack of security, you know? And that's the energy here. So let me see if I can give you some advice on how to navigate it. If that's, you said you had 2 questions. I don't know. Oh, Ari, I didn't do your question yet. I didn't get to you yet. Sorry. But I will try to get to it afterwards. Okay. Let me just quickly see what else I can see about this situation so I don't leave you just hanging. I feel like any kind of confrontation you do is going to backfire on you right now. I think that you need to be very careful with how you handle this because it's not going to go your way if you know, try to confront anybody, especially the boss. Let me see. If this doesn't say mind games, I don't know what else does. This card right here, it's almost like no matter what you do, you're not being fed the whole truth or you're being like deceived, you know? That's what the enchantress does. So I feel like you aren't able to get the full truth. You don't have that to work with. So at this point, it's really going to be about how can you go about this in a way that is professional, that isn't like you having to confront anybody. Yeah, it might be just that the environment is not really for you. Um, but I do feel like you need to be on your guard about this person, you know? And I do feel like a lot of this does stem from this competitiveness, this kind of like petty, clicky kind of environment where people are just in it for the not the wrong reasons, but not really being professional. It feels like high school. It just feels like the jocks and the cheerleaders and the, you know, it just doesn't feel right. So that's weird. I think if I read this without knowing about it was your work, I would think it was high school. That's just because it's so, yeah, it's such a weird kind of vibe. Male or female? I see it. I actually see it being a male. But I see females there as well. So, but I definitely see it being a male. Yeah. I I don't know how you do it. It is a lot. But it feels like it would be pointless to fight. You know, it'd be pointless to report it necessarily. So I think you really need to be careful about what you do next because it's kind of like your word against. I feel like you don't have a lot of proof of anything. So it's more like you have to kind of be careful is my 2 cents on this. It does not seem like it's in your favor when it comes to like, you know, if you wanted to tell someone about it. Okay, what does A think about me? I feel there is some romantic interest, okay? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, do what you got to do. I mean, it's not my place to tell you to leave the job. A lot of us have to go to these jobs, you know, so I understand. Um, you know, just make sure you guard your energy. Interesting. I feel like I feel like A is not, I don't see them having their shit together. I actually feel like right now it's not at all what it seems. It feels like you're on your own. I don't see them wanting to support you or being in a place to do that at this time. So I don't see them having like a crush or feelings. That's just the energy that I'm getting. I feel like I don't know why, but I feel like they think that they're a hot mess. Like their life is too messy. They don't really have time for a relationship or a person. It just feels like you're on your own. That's the vibe here. Oops. My cards do not want to behave today. Yeah, this person, I feel like they're recovering from, they have either health issues or something that they haven't been open about. And I feel like they're still recovering from them. Yeah. This is a very all over the place. It could also be that they're just taking care of someone else and they don't really have time for you, but it feels like there's stuff you don't know about them right now, like their home life. I feel like there are maybe health concerns or some kind of like healing from something. It just doesn't feel like they're in a place at all to be able to have someone else in their life right now. So that's just the energy I'm getting. However, I feel like this person definitely could be a love interest in the future. I'm seeing them being a very good, like, potential person for you in the future. It's just, I don't see it happening now. They're in the middle of moving out of a period of healing, I feel like emotionally they're just like taking care of a lot of things, and I don't feel like they are in a place right now for you. Hi Makaya. You can ask your question when I'm done reading this person, and I will try to get to it. I read intuitively. Okay. Let me just pull a different card for you, Shri, one more time, just to see if there's any other messages coming through. Stand up for yourself, bitch fire. You know, this is your time to do what's best for you and own your own energy and not take shit from anybody. But also remember what I said about kind of not confronting people. It's just about like being, if someone tries to, do something to you and you can see it, it's okay to call it out, Yeah. Good luck with everything. I'm rooting for you. Okay. Okay. Oh, I speak my truth. You didn't cross any boundaries. It's okay. I don't I just do like one question readings from time to time on here, but you're welcome to, ask questions. There's no harm in that. Okay. Ari, are you still there? Because I know you were here and I didn't see you. And I know that, yeah. Kath, I already read you, so I'm not going to answer any new questions. And I saw you asked another one up there. So but I do try to do it weekly, although I'm very inconsistent right now. But I do other psychic readings on my channel and astrology readings especially. So you can always subscribe and see whatever comes up. Okay, I didn't see Ari, so let's do Micaiah. My question, how's my highest guides want me to understand my intuition in more of a precise way? Okay. Okay. I'm going to answer this quickly and then I'm going to go to Ari because she's been waiting so patiently and I can't just keep bouncing back and forth, guys. Okay. Are they green? I think they're blue. Thank you. Okay. I feel like you've been focused so much on like the big picture, the collective. I feel like right now you really need to focus on nurturing yourself, your like divine feminine energy. This is about that for you, okay? So I feel like this is about you doing what's best for you and really not allowing other people to take up your energy, your space. I feel like you're already very intuitive and this is your time to really focus on yourself, even if it feels selfish. I feel like you are a very selfless person in general. You like to give, you may end up like people pleasing or giving. But the thing is, this is your time to do what's right for you, indulge, find the pleasure in things. And I feel like the more you tap into that, the better. Okay. So I think that's the message for you. But I hope that helps. Yeah. It just feels like you're very focused on other people and how to help them, but you're not focused on yourself enough. And you have to fill your own cup first before you can help other people. Okay. So I know that, Sonali, I will be reading you after I read Ari. Okay. Okay. Ari, I'm going to read you now because I feel like this has gone on too long and I don't want to do that. But yeah, I will read you, Sonali, right after I read Ari. Thank you, Micaiah. Bonne chance. Okay. Now I need to find Ari's question because it's been so long. Okay. What do I need to know about my love life right now? Okay, I think that's your question, right, Ari? Yeah. So we're going to do that. And then I will get to Sonali. Hopefully, if you're here, Ari, you can just come back. Okay. And watch. Woo! I feel like this is a down period for your love life, Ari. I feel like a lot of the energy that it's almost like you're repelling it. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to put, remove this person or wait. No spamming. Okay. All right. Yeah, it does feel like you're kind of repelling love. I don't know why, but instead of like being a magnet and attracting things, it's almost like you're going the opposite. You're repelling. It feels like you end up with being the one who's doing all the work in love situations. Like maybe you feel like you have to be the one to take care of things, or you're not really finding someone who's your person, your partner. I just feel like that's the energy that's coming through. Instead of actually like having good things come towards you, I'm actually seeing like a wall being put up. It just feels like repelling energy. But I feel like this is also going to be a good thing because it's also like a self-protection mechanism. So yeah, I see that. I feel like a period of kind of figuring out what you want in love is actually ending now. I'm seeing kind of a new phase happening for you, a new like love life phase. So I feel like whatever you've been ruminating on emotionally, whatever you felt like you've had to like kind of take care of or be more into, I feel like this is a new phase for you. I feel like you're going to kind of find a way to be more old fashioned, I would say. It feels like very classy. I'm seeing someone like bringing you flowers, someone wanting to court you, as opposed to you feeling like you're chasing it or you're doing too much to get it. Does that make sense? So I feel like whatever has been repelling your love, I feel like that energy is kind of ending and moving forward. I'm seeing it kind of moving through. Yeah. It feels like you've been very like your mindset and whatever you've been attracting has been kind of bouncing off you like a shield. But I feel like for you now it's about kind of going back to the basics and having someone more traditional, someone more like that masculine energy. I see someone actually trying to court you, to date you, to actually like woo you, to actually show you that they love you. I may have chased men when I was younger, though, possibly. Yeah, but I feel like now is really the time where this kind of phase is ending, and I see you actually like attracting in some people that are pretty serious, kind of going back and backwards a little bit, you know? I feel like there's this need to kind of find not your roots, but like what the tradition, this kind of traditional energy of like someone needing to follow kind of the rules, I guess, of dating, if that makes sense. Because nowadays we kind of just say screw it and we just kind of, I'm talking about like chivalry and like people taking, wanting to take you out or spend money and, things like that. So that's the energy there. But yeah, let me just see if I can. So I'm getting Leo, Virgo, Aquarius, and Gemini energy. So that might be something. I'm also getting a lot of signs of like volunteer work. So I don't know if you volunteer somewhere or if you start doing that because I feel like that's where you're going to meet someone. I feel like giving back or helping in some way. I just keep seeing volunteering. I don't know. So, I don't know if that resonates, but there's just that coming through. I feel like a lot of the stuff that you're facing is all temporary. Like the problems you're facing right now, especially when it comes to love, it's fading. It's going to clear up. Okay. Okay, Sonali, are you here? Sonali. Okay, you're probably gone, but I will do this for you now, okay? All right. Sounds good. General reading. Okay. Okay. 1 second, guys. Ah. Okay. Wow. I'm hearing above and beyond. Let's see. Ooh, now is the time of making long-term plans, Sonali. I feel like this is the time where you can't just do what you've always done. This is about doing things that actually stick. You know, you can't wing it any longer. It feels like this is the moment for you where you're actually needing to look at what works in your life and actually make these long-term decisions that will affect things in the long run. Okay, your life shouldn't be a gamble. So I feel like you need to weigh the risks of whatever's going on and kind of decide for yourself what you're going to do now. Where are things going to go now? How are they going to proceed? Because this is your time to shine. Your time to shine. I feel like this is also about there's going to be challenges coming up. I feel like there are a lot of challenges, but they're going to be so worth it when you overcome them because they're going to level you up in life. I feel like this is the time where things are just going to skyrocket for you. Abundance is going to increase, but you have to be able to hold on to all those things, whatever you manifest. And you can't do that without making some long-term goals. So start thinking about that. The Knight of Pentacles is also telling me that there's a time and place for passion and fun and, you know, emotions and stuff, but I feel like there's also a really important time and place for someone who's really serious, who is going after what they want, who's very practical, down to earth. I feel like a lot of the time when we're doing tarot readings, we celebrate the things that are kind of like twin flames and love and passion and excitement. But what I'm seeing here is reality, reality really setting in and you really having everything you need in order to achieve what you want to achieve, especially career wise. I'm seeing a steady incline with money. I feel like money is definitely like coming to fruition and coming up. I feel like this is the time where I'm seeing you potentially traveling, really creating new experiences. And the world is also telling me that this is the end of a really important cycle. Things are finally kind of opening up for you in a way that they weren't before because the cycle has now ended. It's now ending. And I'm also seeing, I feel like a lot of the lessons you're learning now are about kind of saying screw it to society and convention. Like, you have to follow the rules, but you also have to do it your way. You have to, if you don't want to do something, don't do it. Obviously, if you can. So I feel like right now is the time where you're kind of trusting your own self. Instead of trying to put your faith in all these people in your life, start planning. Start making these really set structures, these plans. travel, learn from your wisdom, your experiences, rise above all these challenges so you can like level up in life. I feel like this is such a beautiful time for you. I also feel like this is a very emotional period for other people in your life. You might find yourself having to, like, you might find yourself surrounded by other people who are very emotional, who are bringing emotional things into your life when you're really trying to be steady and sturdy and not get swayed by all of it. So that's the energy that's coming through. Let's see. I feel like there's a lot of creative fire. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I feel like there's a lot of like energy coming through creatively where you will be able to really ignite that and really ignite these creative projects that you've wanted to do but you've kind of put aside because of work or practical things. I feel like this is also a time to really start planning for those so you can make those work, you know? Yeah. So that's the energy I'm getting. I'm seeing a parrot. Parrots can represent many things, but they can also represent like gossip. They can represent people that are kind of parroting things back. I mean, it depends on the person, but I get this feeling that there are a lot of people who are saying things, but their words don't hold a lot of weight. So it's best if you just trust yourself and you trust whatever is best for you. And I feel like that's going to get you somewhere, you know? Um, sometimes you have to dismantle things and destroy things, or things have to kind of blow up for them to make sense, and for things to be able to grow and be better. So I feel like there's a lot of tower energy coming through. And that just means that chaos has to happen. Things are taking a turn, things are changing. And that's why it's so important to have these long term plans and goals. So I hope that was helpful. And thank you. Okay, guys. Shannon. Oh, okay. Hi, Angie. Can I please get your insight on my relationship with Sam? We've been dating for 6 months, but we hit a rocky patch. Thank you. Rocky patches are not fun. Okay. I'm going to probably end this very soon. I'll probably do like 3 more people because I have to go. But I will be back. Okay. Oh, man. This person, I feel like they have some regrets. I feel like they weren't as kind to you as they could have been. There's a sense of like, I wish that I had been nicer to you, you know, or I wish I had tried to be more understanding or had been kinder. I just feel like there's that energy coming through. And with the scholar, this also has to do with like investigation, needing to kind of take a different approach to your love life. It feels almost like whatever you were doing wasn't really getting you anywhere with them, and it feels like now you need to take like a different approach, a different angle. um I feel like right now things are just in limbo. It feels like they're not moving forward or backwards. It's just kind of like they're leaving you hanging. And it also has to do with power. I feel like there's a power imbalance with the emperor. It's almost like this person wants to be the one in charge or be, I don't know if it's like an ego thing. I definitely feel like there's a lot of like emotional baggage going on, but I feel like the emperor is telling me like this person wants things to be more like traditional. They want more power. What angle shall I take? Let's see. Well, first of all, I feel like you are tiptoeing around things with this person. I feel like you're not being completely forward about what you really want, and because you don't want to lose them or you don't want to rock the boat. But I feel like you're going to have to, because it's almost like you're not being authentic to you. I hope that makes sense. I feel like, it's basically like you have to start somewhere, you know? There's also a lot of like I'm getting the earthworm and the scholar. So this could be like also like student energy. I don't know if you are a teacher or you you know, go to school or something, but this also might come through because the earthworm does represent often someone who's a novice or a student. But I do feel like you're going to have to speak up, you know? Stop just kind of tiptoeing around things or dancing around their feelings, because unless you can both be super real and honest, it's not going to work. And I feel like you're worried a lot about saying something that will maybe like upset him or scare him off. I feel, well, let me see, but I definitely feel like regret. I feel like there's a lot of like energy of him wishing he had done things differently, but let me see if I can answer that question actually. Hmm. Oh, I feel like it's very tricky, and I don't see him wanting to be with you right now. I feel like he wishes he had done things differently, but he doesn't. It's almost like he's let you go. I feel like he's trying to move on from you. But I do think one thing, the reason he's doing that is because you guys aren't completely being honest. And I think if you can stop being that shy person and just say exactly what you think and how you're feeling and what your experience is, I think it will be a lot easier for you to try to make it work. But at this point, I don't see him wanting to be with you. I see him trying to let you go. I see him having a really hard time with that, but I see him wanting to do that. So the energy is like you have to actually put yourself out there. And I understand not wanting to do that if you don't know if he actually wants to be with you, but I think part of it hinges on that. I do. I think he is trying to let you go according to the cards. But I see that he's having a really hard time with it. I don't see that it's easy for him at all. I see him being very emotionally, you know, like it's almost like he can't get through it right now, but he is. If you wait, he will let you go. So that's why I'm like, the follow the earthworm, speak up, speak your truth. If you leave things like this, it's just, it's like he doesn't know. And at least if he says, no, I don't want to do this, at least he'll have all the information, because it's scary, but at the same time, he has to have that information. So, Angie, I'm only doing one question readings today, so I can't keep answering them right now. But if you want to book a reading with me, you can on my website, zoethepsychic.com. If not, you can always catch another one of the lives. But I can't keep answering your questions. I'm sorry. But I really wish you the best. I mean, I can tell that there's a lot there, and I feel like you have to be, I think there's a fear of speaking up about how you're really doing, and I think that's something that he needs to really know, to weigh everything. So, yeah. Okay, guys, I gotta thank you, Angie, though. Hi, Darella. All right. So I'm gonna do 2 more. Unless someone donates, then I will read them. My Shayla, what are E's current feelings towards me? Let's see. Whoa. Wow. Okay. This person, I feel like they're watching you. I see them being very like zoned in on you. This person. I feel like there's a lot of things that they're really starting to like about you and get to know about you. I feel like they didn't really understand how they felt before, but now they're able to feel more. So I'm getting a lot of like development of feelings, of growing of feelings, of understanding, of empathy. I feel like they empathize with you a lot. So yeah, it's looking good. I feel like this person is watching you. They wanted to see you. And yeah, I feel like this is all about getting to know you. It's really about this kind of like beginning. So, yeah. I'm excited for you. Okay. One more, guys. Unless someone donates, I am going to go after this, though. Okay. Mohit, I don't really understand your question. It wasn't phrased well, so I'm going to wait. Can I please get a channeled message from Kamal to me? I am not doing channeled messages through like to other people right now, so on this live. So, but you can always book a reading with me if you would like to, go into that. For sure. Whoever asks me the question that I can answer next, I will do it. So, whoever does it. Okay. What is going on with him? I don't know if it's like a language barrier, guys, but I feel like you guys are not writing in English, so I'm not going to choose those right now because I don't know for sure. Okay. Dorella, when will Tony be reaching out? I'm just going to ask my trusted deck here for that answer. Within 6 months. That's what the card has to say. I feel like since that was a really easy one, I'm gonna do another one. Okay, Shannon, is Louise going to contact me? Let me see. Oh, Shannon. Okay, I will just answer this one and then I'm gonna go, guys. Yes, but out of the blue. I see it happening out of the blue, like at the time you least expect it. So that is what I'm seeing. Okay, I'm going to go now. It was really nice being here with you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you want to book a reading with me, you're welcome to zoethepsychic.com. I offer personal readings, so you're welcome to check out whatever I have to offer. I've recorded readings and live readings, so let me know. And also, yeah, happy April. I will try to be on here soon. I have a video coming out tomorrow on astrology. It's an astrology compatibility reading, which I've been so hyped about. Yeah, thank you so much for everyone who is here and who has taken their time to be here. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome.